Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the WWE 2K25 Universe Mode series, and we have All Ego Ethan Page making his way down to the ring. And so back at WWE Backlash, Ethan Page got dominated by the monster of all monsters, and he seems to be still all ego and a little bit cocky here this evening, playing up to the crowd as the boos ring around the stadium. But Ethan Page is out here with a message for the WWE Universe here this evening. Gonna have to see what he has got to say here. I wonder if he's gonna come up with some kind of excuse as to why he lost back at Backlash. He could have maybe gained that Intercontinental Championship, but it wasn't to be. So let's see what Ethan Page has got to say.
Oh, you people think you know what happened at Backlash, huh? You think Braun Strowman dominated Ethan Page? Let me smarten you up. That match was unfair from the start. You think you can expect peak performance from All Ego after a 10-hour flight to France? Jet lagged, exhausted, and still almost had that giant beat. And don't even get me started on that referee's fast count. 1, 2, 3. Fastest count I've ever seen in my career. So, no. Braun Strowman didn't beat Ethan Page. He beat a tired, mistreated, miscounted victim. And if there's any justice around here, I should...
Well, hold on a second. Well, look who it is. It is the Intercontinental Champion. The monster of all monsters, one big SOB. The man who basically destroyed Ethan Page at Backlash is not happy with what Ethan Page has had to say, but let's see what Braun Strowman has to say.
If you want these hands again, all you gotta do is ask.
Well, it sounds like Braun Strowman is ready for a fight, and he's entering the ring here. Ethan Page, you might want to get out of there, son. Well, hold on a second. Everyone's here. It's the megastar, LA Knight. Well, what on earth has he got to say here this evening? We're about to find out.
Let me talk to you. Now hold on just a second. Ethan Page, you want to sit here and cry about flights, about fast counts, about whatever excuse you can pull out of your back pocket. And Braun, I know you're ready to tear this guy's head clean off his shoulders, but if we're talking about deserving a shot at that Intercontinental Championship, there's only one name that belongs in that conversation, and you're looking at him. See, while All Ego was busy making excuses, the megastar was busy winning matches. Undefeated on Monday Night Raw. And yeah, I didn't win that triple threat, but I sure as hell wasn't the guy getting pinned either. So, Braun, one way or another, whether it's Ethan Page, whether it's someone else, sooner or later, the megastar is coming for that championship. And when I do, you're gonna find out whose game this is, with everybody saying, yeah!
So ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we're into the females division, and we have the first qualifying match for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, Money in the Bank is the next premium live event coming up, and it is going to be a 2-night premium live event for the first time ever. Money in the Bank will be spread over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, but Lash Legend is the first woman looking to get her spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So we did see Lash Legend all the way back at the draft, getting drafted over to Monday Night Raw for the first time. And the same can be said for Jakara Jackson. Both superstars moving up from NXT but Lash Legend was unsuccessful in progressing in that gauntlet, or towards that gauntlet match that was back at Backlash, as Lash Legend wanted to become the first ever Intercontinental Women's Champion, but Jakara Jackson did make it there, and she also failed, unfortunately. And next up, her opponent this evening, it is Raquel Rodriguez, with Liv Morgan by her side. So Liv Morgan was also a part of that gauntlet match at the weekend, but unfortunately for her, she was unsuccessful as well, and she actually entered that matchup last, and then she was defeated by Becky Lynch. But you have to also bring up the fact that Becky Lynch's win was a little bit controversial, considering the fact that Lyra Valkyria, the first one eliminated, actually grabbed the ropes. So I'm sure that we're probably going to hear from both of those two later on this evening. But as for right now, Raquel Rodriguez looking to get herself a spot in that Money in the Bank ladder match. But is she going to be able to defeat Lash Legend here tonight? She did actually lose to Jakara Jackson in a qualifying match for that gauntlet match back at Backlash. So Raquel Rodriguez looking to turn things around here this evening. So Lash Legend taking on Raquel Rodriguez, two powerhouses of the division. And here we go, the bell rings and we're underway here, and Lash Legend out of the gates just going for a bit of a dodge, but now these two going to lock up here. Who's going to be the more powerful superstar? Oh, Raquel Rodriguez into a headlock, looking to assert her dominance and maybe show her experience over the rookie. As Lash Legend is struggling here in the clutches of Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel just trying to keep this match up to a slow pace, driving Lash Legend down to the mat, not once but twice. Raquel Rodriguez showing what she's all about here, driving the elbows across the upper chest of Lash Legend. So Lash Legend hasn't had the greatest start to a Universe Mode career so far. Jakara Jackson slightly better, but Meta4 themselves have actually been struggling quite a bit. There's now Lash Legend bringing Raquel Rodriguez back to her feet. Liv Morgan heading under the ring for some reason, but Raquel Rodriguez finding a big reversal here, a couple of right hands delivered to Lash Legend, and now these two in the middle of the ring locking up here. The referee's distracted by a kendo stick that was brought into play by Liv Morgan, as now Raquel Rodriguez overpowering Lash Legend just momentarily. Big right hand, and then again these two locking up. Lash Legend can't seem to quite get the better of Raquel Rodriguez here this evening, again driven into the corner this time. Another big right hand by Raquel Rodriguez. Lash Legend needs to try and get back into this matchup because she's struggling. Raquel Rodriguez is absolutely dominating so far. And she heads up to the top rope. Liv Morgan loving what she's seeing so far. But Raquel Rodriguez waiting for Lash Legend to get back to her feet, looking for a double axe handle, but she's caught into a backbreaker. The knee to the spine by Lash Legend. And now what is Lash Legend thinking here? Just cranking away at the neck here. Perhaps trying to make Raquel Rodriguez tap out, but Raquel Rodriguez slowly back to her feet, looking to break the hold, which she does. And Lash Legend still struggling a little bit here. She gained a little bit of momentum just a moment ago, but now she's on the receiving end of a backbreaker herself. The knee to the spine. And the crowd don't quite know who to cheer for here, but into the cover goes Raquel. Just a 1 count found. Lash Legend back to her feet. Sent off the ropes here. Oh, and she's caught and into a power slam by Raquel Rodriguez. Looked like maybe Lash Legend was trying to go for some kind of crossbody, but now she's tossed across the ring. Liv Morgan up to the apron and playing around with the turnbuckle pad. Well, the referee immediately going over there. Oh, and a big drop kick in the corner. The referee needs eyes in the back of his head here because Liv Morgan is really playing with the rules so far. Jakara Jackson trying to egg on Lash Legend, but into the cover now. Just a 1 count found. Lash Legend still in there. Despite the fact that she's received quite the beating, she's still going here. And oh my word, look at this. The power of Lash Legend. Oh, but Raquel Rodriguez finding a reversal again. And now Raquel Rodriguez hoisting her up. And slamming her down to the mat. What on earth was that? Into the cover, stacking her up. No. Just a 1 count. Well, that definitely caught me off guard, so I don't think Lash Legend is going to know quite where she is right now. She finds a big reversal, though. Now sending Raquel Rodriguez off the ropes, looking for a big boot. But Raquel Rodriguez able to step on out of the way of it. A big elbow by Lash Legend. That could be crucial in turning this match around. And Lash Legend is sizing up Raquel Rodriguez here. Raquel Rodriguez in big trouble. Lash Legend in front of Jakara Jackson drives Raquel Rodriguez down to the mat. And now Lash Legend just moving Raquel Rodriguez away from the ropes into the cover. Is that going to be enough for the victory? No. Big kick out found by Raquel Rodriguez, but that's how quickly Lash Legend can turn things around. So you cannot get too happy with your own momentum when you're in a matchup against her. The power and athleticism that she possesses is unlike most other superstars. Up to the top rope into a big body splash connecting. Lash Legend is feeling the effects though of this match so far, slowing down ever so slightly. Now Raquel Rodriguez back to her feet, and now she's the one tossed across the ring, and then a big elbow drop right across the forehead, busting open Raquel Rodriguez here. Raquel Rodriguez doesn't seem too pleased by that. As now she hoists up Lash Legend and slams her down onto that concrete floor on the outside. A thin layer of padding isn't going to do much for Lash Legend, but now she's hoisted up again and slammed down onto the concrete floor. May have even caught her head on the barricade there. A 5 count by the referee. Lash Legend in some trouble now. Sent back into the ring. Raquel Rodriguez looking to put away Lash Legend here. Into the cover she goes. Liv Morgan up onto the apron again, but is this going to be enough? No. Kick out found that too. And the referee again distracted by Liv Morgan's interference. As Raquel Rodriguez heads up to the top rope once more. Raquel Rodriguez with a big elbow drop connecting. And now sizing up Lash Legend, looking to put her away here. Can she do it? Hoists her up into the Tahana bomb. And into the cover she goes, looking for the victory over Lash Legend to head to Money in the Bank, but no. Lash Legend is not going to lie down easily. She knows what opportunity is ahead of her, and she doesn't want to let it slip through her fingers. Big kick to the head now by Lash Legend. Now Lash Legend hoisting up Raquel Rodriguez, taking a moment before slamming her down to the mat with a powerbomb with authority. Now off the rope she goes. Oh, looking for a big boot, but I believe Raquel Rodriguez was able to just duck out of the way of that one. Now sent off the ropes here. Now, just tossed up into the air. And made to crash down onto the mat. Lash Legend just using Raquel Rodriguez's momentum against her. Now Lash Legend sizing up Raquel. Big double axe handle connecting on the top of the head, looking to open up that wound even further. Lash Legend just stomping away at the fingers here. She's slowly getting herself into this matchup. Raquel Rodriguez needs to be careful because she may have the experience, but Lash Legend is no slouch inside those ropes. Now, up to their feet. And Lash Legend now looking for a suplex, it seems, driving Raquel Rodriguez down to the mat. And Lash Legend once again is going to size up Raquel Rodriguez here. Lash Legend hoists her up, slams her down with a sit-out choke slam, looking for the pin, and she's done it. Lash Legend is going to head to the Money in the Bank, and she's just laughing at Raquel Rodriguez here. But Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend celebrate. But could Jakara Jackson maybe also join Lash Legend at the Money in the Bank Premium Live event? We'll have to wait and see, but that would definitely increase their chances. What a win that is for Lash Legend. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. It is the man, Becky Lynch. She ran the entire gauntlet back at Backlash and was able to walk out with that championship. But we did also mention earlier on this evening that Becky Lynch actually eliminated Lyra Valkyria as the first superstar. But surprisingly enough, Lyra Valkyria actually grabbed the ropes and the referee did not see it. So there's a little bit of controversy around that victory for Becky Lynch. But she has a message for the WWE Universe here this evening. Let's see what the Women's Intercontinental Champion has got to say.
Well, well, well. Would you look at that? The man has done it again. At Backlash, history was made, and now you're looking at your first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. I fought through hell. I fought through the best this division has to offer, and believe me, they brought it. Lyra Valkyria, Jakara Jackson, Liv Morgan, each and every one of them made me earn this. This right here, this isn't just a belt, it's a symbol. It's for every woman who's ever been overlooked, who's ever been told she wasn't good enough. And as long as I hold it, it will stand for the fighters.
Oh, look who it is. Well, we did mention the fact that there was a lot of controversy around the victory of Becky Lynch by eliminating Lyra Valkyria back at Backlash in that gauntlet match. And you have to wonder, how does Lyra Valkyria feel about that elimination? Is she maybe going to have a bit of a sour taste in her mouth, perhaps?
Becky, first off, congratulations.
Well, Lyra Valkyria doesn't seem too salty about what happened at Backlash, but she is entering the ring. What's she got to say?
You earned that moment, and it's moments like that. That's why I came to WWE, to face the very best, to learn from the very best. But I can't stand here and pretend there isn't something we need to talk about. At Backlash, when you pinned me, I had my hand on the ropes. The referee didn't see it, but it was there. I'm not here to cry about it. I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here because I believe in fighting fair. And because I believe, Becky, that if you're the champion you say you are, you'll give me another shot. One-on-one. No mistakes. No what-ifs.
You know something, Lyra? You're right. You did have your hand on the ropes. And yeah, maybe the ref didn't see it. Maybe the breaks didn't go your way. But that's what this business is, kid. Sometimes the breaks don't go your way. It's what you do next that matters. You want another shot? You want it to be right? You want it to be fair? Money in the bank. You, me. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship. No mistakes, no what-ifs. Just fighting.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the new World Tag Team Champions, the men who took the titles away from the Authors of Pain back at Backlash. So it was actually Eric who was able to steal a victory after the Authors of Pain tried to get the victory via a roll-up, but Eric was able to get a reversal and then roll up the champions himself. And now we have the new World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, making their way down to the ring, and they are in action here tonight against a new tag team up on Monday Night Raw. So going to have to see whether this will be some kind of challenge for the new World Tag Team Champions. But you have to wonder what is next for the champions, and also what is next for the Authors of Pain as well. You have to think that they're not going to lie down lightly. So you have to wait and see where this story goes, but the World Tag Team Champions are ready for war. Now let's see who their opponents are. Well, hold on a second. Well, it's Carlito. Well, does that mean we have a bit of the Judgment Day here, perhaps? I don't really know, to be honest, but Carlito seems to be heading into the tag team division. But who on earth is his partner going to be? We haven't seen much of Carlito in Universe mode, so I guess this is his opportunity to get his foot in the door and try and even get some championship gold in the future, perhaps, because if he is victorious tonight with his partner, then you have to think later down the line they are surely going to have a title opportunity. But let's see who Carlito's partner is here this evening. Oh my God, seriously?
Y'all know what time it is. This the part where we crank it up. Let's crank it up. Now here we go. People over there, what's up?
Do these two think they're in the Judgment Day?
And say what's up. What's up?
What is happening?
What's up? What's up? You can get with this or you can get with that. You better get with this, cause this is where it's at. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? See, I be skipping and jumping, leaving the competition. I make them disappear like your favorite magician. And I ride it till the wheel fall off. I bounce back to back till their necks get soft. Most of the time you see me, I'm being simple. Then many times I'll be busting them up like a pimple, stating my claim to fame, to be one of the baddest young brothers step foot in this game. And I haven't even started yet. You can better believe I take it off the show shot bet. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Well, I think we have a team which is going to be the most confused tag team of all time. Let's see what happens here, I guess. So Ivar looking a little bit surprised as well. It seems like the War Raiders don't really know what to think about this team. But it's official, we've got Carlito and R-Truth teaming together. You have to wonder, do they think they're in the Judgment Day still? That may be a thing, but now Carlito looking for a victory early on here. Just a 1 count found. You have to think that surely he knew that wasn't going to get the job done. But I mean, it is Carlito, so you never know. As now he sends Ivar into the corner here, and a tag made to R-Truth. So R-Truth, a former World Tag Team Champion. He obviously held that championship with John Cena, of all people, into a DDT. And they lost those titles to the Authors of Pain back at WrestleMania. But now into the cover, R-Truth goes, looking for the victory. No, big kick out found. So John Cena obviously has headed over to Friday Night SmackDown. And unfortunately for him, he was unable to get that 17th championship back at Backlash. He was unsuccessful in that gauntlet match. As now Carlito and R-Truth are actually doing quite well together here. Eric is into the ring. A big clothesline though takes Carlito off his feet. And a big strike to midsection. I thought there was going to be another clothesline there for a second. But Eric is not messing around right now. Driving Carlito down to the mat. I'm sure that the War Raiders do not want another new tag team in their hairs, causing a bit of a thorn in their side. So they want to try and put down Carlito and R-Truth as quickly as possible here. But you don't want to underestimate them. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Carlito maybe down and out here after that hip attack, the assisted hip attack. But Carlito now back to his feet, heading to the outside. Just catching Ivar here off guard. Trying to inflict some more damage on the outside. But Ivar finds a reversal. Now Carlito finds a reversal of his own. Back and forth we go between these two. Carlito now a couple of big strikes here. Big clothesline to the back of the neck. Drops Ivar down on his face on the outside as Carlito heads into the ring. A 6 count now. Carlito going to shift his focus to Eric, who finds a big reversal there. Now Eric, he doesn't seem too pleased right now. He's trying to hype up Ivar here. As Ivar is slowly making his way back into the ring. Thought that maybe he might have ended up being counted out there. And look at the power of Carlito, I was going to say for a second there, but big reversal found by Ivar. And Ivar now heading up to the top rope. The big man knows how to fly, and luckily for Carlito, he was able to roll on out of the way of it. Now up onto the apron here, and just talking away at Eric. Whilst he looking to connect with a big drop kick on Ivar, but couldn't quite do so. Now big clothesline takes Ivar off his feet, and Carlito going to look for the tag now with R-Truth. Now then, R-Truth looking for a leg drop, but couldn't quite find it there. Now Ivar sent into the corner. Big kick to the midsection, up to the second rope goes R-Truth, and now he flips over, but he couldn't quite use the power to get Ivar down. Ivar able to find a reversal, and now, well, Ivar wasn't about to have any of that. Wasn't about to allow R-Truth to get those strikes in, but R-Truth is a slippery character. Just ask the Dudley boys. They had to deal with him for a number of months, and they're partly the reason why John Cena ended up coming back. Looking for a big drop kick there, but Ivar now into a big crossbody, crushing R-Truth. Carlito looking for a bit of a cheap shot there, but couldn't quite find it. Big headbutt to the spine of R-Truth. There's now a tag made by the War Raiders. Eric is back into the ring. R-Truth just using the ropes to get back to his feet there. And Eric now was looking to take R-Truth across the ring, but R-Truth wasn't having any of it. And R-Truth looking for a big right hand, but couldn't quite connect there. Now R-Truth looking for, oh my word, a Falcon Arrow. Dropping Eric on his face. As Carlito back into the ring. And Eric now just caught into the fest press. Big right hands with that ground and pound. Carlito now offered a springboard moonsault. Impressive stuff. Carlito showing his athleticism. Big reversal found by Eric there. Kicks to the hamstrings. Now big forearm to the jaw of Carlito as well. And now Carlito being brought back to his feet. And Eric sent into the corner here. Big right hand by Carlito. And Carlito getting a run up here. Looking for the knees, but couldn't find them. But he's able to quickly get back on the upper hand. But Eric again able to find a reversal. Eric so impressive so far in Universe mode. Big knee to the jaw. Oh, big elbow now found by Carlito. These two just going back and forth here, looking for a drop kick, but now Eric couldn't find it. Carlito looking for a big forearm, he couldn't find that either, and now a clothesline over the top rope. Eric just showing his frustrations there and tagging himself out. Probably a wise decision there. Him and Carlito just going back and forth. As now Ivar heads to the outside of the ring. Could the War Raiders maybe be closing in on another victory here, perhaps? Big body splash connecting by Ivar. As Carlito brought back to his feet now. And being sent back into the ring. R-Truth getting himself involved, and a spinning heel kick taking R-Truth down. And Ivar needs to remain focused on Carlito here. As he's back into the ring, and Carlito's all alone. R-Truth is down and out on the outside, hooking the leg, looking for the victory for the tag team champions, but no. Carlito is a veteran, and it's going to take a lot more than that to keep him down, but R-Truth finally back up onto the apron. A moment too late there, perhaps, to maybe save that pinfall, but he didn't need it. And now a swinging neckbreaker connecting by Carlito, targeting the necks of the War Raiders. As now R-Truth heads into the ring. And R-Truth now sizing up Ivar, but he's caught by that spinning heel kick once again. And now Eric being tagged in, and R-Truth slowly back to his feet. Eric looking, oh my word, a spinning forearm to the jaw it looked like there. And now Ivar accidentally taking out the ref, whilst also breaking up the pin, and R-Truth now is looking to set up into Little Jimmy. And the referee slowly back to his feet, just in time here. Could this be the victory? R-Truth, is he going to do it? No, just a 1 count found that split second where R-Truth saw that the referee was down and didn't go for the pin straight away. Could be the difference there between the victory. But now up to the top rope, R-Truth into the leg drop connecting. R-Truth, could he be closing in on a victory? No. Eric trying to stop R-Truth in his tracks here. Now into the corner. R-Truth doesn't want to be there. The War Raiders hoist him up. Double power bomb connecting. And R-Truth could be in big trouble here. He was trying to get that hot tag, but Ivar just stopping him from doing so. The War Raiders almost acting a little bit heelish in this match, to be honest. Seems like the crowd are well and truly behind R-Truth and Carlito here. They want to see an upset victory. As now R-Truth heads up to the top rope. R-Truth gonna fly with a big missile dropkick connecting. Now some ground and pound by R-Truth on the outside. Ivar and Eric could be in big trouble here. There's R-Truth, a reversal found there by Ivar, sent into the barricade. Looking for a big body splash, but couldn't quite connect with it. The referee continues the count here. These two need to get back into the ring. 6 count now. As Ivar with some big strikes to the midsection onto a 7 count, and R-Truth taking his time here. An 8 count, but he just about makes it into the ring. And a spinning heel kick connecting once again by Ivar, but surprisingly enough, he doesn't go for the pin. And now Carlito's into this one. Big clothesline connecting by Eric. And Eric is feeling it. I think he believes that maybe this one's all done. Well, now he's going after R-Truth. He needs to remain focused on the legal man, which is Carlito. He switches his focus, drives him down with a kick to the spine, into the cover. Could this be it? No, Carlito kicks out. I thought surely this one was all over. But somehow Carlito is still hanging in there. R-Truth and Carlito not quite down and out just yet. I think the War Raiders may have thought that this was going to be a much easier match, and now Carlito just stopping Ivar in his tracks here. Carlito into the backstabber, catching Ivar off guard there, but a big break up of the pin there by Eric. He was just able to get into the ring and break up the count. Carlito could have maybe had the match won there with that little distraction there. Just stopping Ivar in his tracks. Carlito was pleading for some mercy, and it seemed like Ivar was going to give it to him. But now R-Truth back into the ring, looking for that leg drop. Couldn't quite connect with it, and now Ivar could be looking to put an end to R-Truth, driving him down to the mat. Is that going to be enough? Carlito into the ring this time and able to break up the count for his team. Well, what a match this is turning out to be. I didn't quite expect this at the start of the match. Who on earth is going to be victorious in this one? It's very much 50-50 between these two teams. And that is saying something when it comes to a team of R-Truth and Carlito, which seems to be a team out of absolutely nowhere, as R-Truth is driven down to the mat, spine first. Now sent into the corner of the War Raiders, but he's able to fight his way back on out of it. Doesn't want to stay there for too long, sending Eric into Carlito's corner now. Well, he was looking for a tag there, R-Truth, but Eric wasn't about to allow that to happen. Now R-Truth is hoisted up and driven down to the knee. A gut buster connecting there by Eric. And R-Truth just going to head to the outside quickly, regather himself before heading back into the ring. And now R-Truth connecting with the little Jimmy once again into the cover, but Eric is able to break up the count once more. R-Truth and Carlito have been moments away on numerous occasions from getting a victory here tonight. And luckily for Ivar, Eric has been there every time to break up the pin. And now, oh my word, look at the power of Carlito. Driving Ivar down to the mat. Over to the apron once again. Is Eric going to get himself involved? It doesn't seem like it. Carlito just heading over towards Eric, and now the referee's been taken down. Well, what on earth is happening here? A big drop kick connecting to Ivar. But now a double team going to happen here. Oh my word. Big back body drop connecting. The referee slowly back to his feet again. And it looked like he was a little bit distracted by Carlito just there for a moment. Maybe he didn't realise the tag was made to R-Truth. But R-Truth now Continuing to try and inflict the damage, but another spinning heel kick, and now Ivar heads into the cover looking for the victory. The World Tag Team Champions, and that was a slow count by the referee there. And I think Ivar is showing a little bit of frustration. Another spinning heel kick connecting. Well, it's not finished yet. I think Ivar's had enough here. Slamming R-Truth down to the mat. R-Truth will not stay down, but it's interesting that the referee had a slow count there for Ivar. It wasn't Ivar's fault that the referee got wiped out just moments ago. R-Truth slammed down face first onto the canvas, hooking the leg now. Carlito taking a moment too long and just about able to break up the count there. My goodness. These two teams putting it all out on the line, and the tag titles aren't even on the line here. But now the War Raiders could be looking to put an end to R-Truth here. War Machine connecting. And that's surely got to be it. Eric hooks the leg on R-Truth for the victory. No, R-Truth's still in it. What is happening? How is he still fighting here? He's taken quite the beating. You can see why John Cena wanted him as his tag team partner in 2K24's universe mode, but the War Raiders aren't finished quite yet. Driving R-Truth down to the mat. Some more ground and pound inflicted. The frustrations of the War Raiders, you can see it's boiling over here. And a spinning heel kick once again by Ivar. How many is that now? It's got to be at least 5. Up to the top rope though. Big body splash connecting, hooks the leg. Looking for the victory. This has surely got to be it. And he's done it at last. The World Tag Team Champions are victorious. What a fight that R-Truth and Carlito put up though. But look who it is. DIY. They were victorious against the War Raiders just before Backlash, and they're making it clear they want those tag team titles. Well, they could be the new #1 contenders, I guess. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's World Champion after successfully retaining the title back at Backlash by defeating Naomi. Jade Cargill continues her dominance here on Monday Night Raw, but she's headed down to the ring this evening with a little bit of a message for the WWE Universe. Have to wonder, what does Jade Cargill have to say here this evening? It has to be said as well that Jade Cargill still remains undefeated on Monday Night Raw. Of course, there were those count-out losses against Lyra Valkyria, but I mean, that's not really a significant loss on the record books. She wasn't pinned, she wasn't submitted, and it has remained that way ever since she's headed over to Monday Night Raw. Let's see what she's got to say here this evening.
Was there ever any doubt? When I moved to Raw, I warned you. I warned the locker room. I warned the world. I told you that I would dominate this division for as long as I wanted. And here I am, still champion, still running this show, still untouchable. But I hear all the chatter online, all the little tweets, the hashtags, the podcasts. Jade Cargill is unstoppable. Jade Cargill is the future. Let me make one thing crystal clear. I don't give a damn about your opinions. I don't need your approval. I don't need your cheers. And I definitely don't need your love. I built this storm. And baby, it's only getting stronger. And since I'm feeling generous tonight, Let's find out if anyone actually has the guts to step up. Right here, right now. Open challenge. Anybody who thinks they can hang with the champ, bring your ass out here.
Oh my word, well, who's gonna answer the call? Is anyone gonna answer the call? I'm not sure it would be a wise decision right now.
Exactly what I thought. You're all scared. And you should be. This title stays with me. And the storm, it's just beginning.
Well, Jade Cargill claiming that she's just getting started here on Monday Night Raw. What on earth does that mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the visionary. It is Seth frickin' Rollins. His first appearance since being drafted to Monday Night Raw. And Seth frickin' Rollins is trying to qualify for that men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to have to wait and see whether tonight is going to be Seth frickin' Rollins' night and whether he can progress towards that ladder match at Money in the Bank in Toronto, Canada. But Seth Rollins, the last time we saw him was in WWE 2K25's Universe mode. And he was the World Heavyweight Champion at the start of that series, but unfortunately for him, he lost out early on, actually at Money in the Bank as well, against Carmelo Hayes. So it could be blamed that Seth Rollins is maybe the man who is responsible for bringing Carmelo Hayes up to the heights that he reached in 2K24. Oh my word. Well, these two men just simply cannot seem to stay away from each other. Finn Balor and Seth frickin' Rollins had one heck of a rivalry last year in 2K24's Universe Mode series, and I mean, things could well and truly kick off again here between these two. But Finn Balor did hold the World Heavyweight Championship for only about a month last year in 2K24's Universe Mode. He got a little bit too cocky, a little bit too arrogant when defending the title again against Carmelo Hayes, and it came back to bite him. So I'm sure that Finn Balor is going to be hoping to maybe qualify for that Money in the Bank ladder match and perhaps even win the briefcase to maybe try and bring back that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist. But first of all, he has to get past Seth frickin' Rollins, a man who has been a thorn in his side on many, many occasions. And the crowd raining boos on Finn Balor here tonight. Even though they were kind of getting behind him during the 2K24 Universe Mode series. We'll have to wait and see whether that is the case again here in 2K25. So Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifying match between Seth frickin' Rollins and Finn Balor, two former world champions, and here we go. Finn Balor right out of the gates with a couple of big strikes there. And now these two locking up in the center of the ring now. Who's going to get the upper hand early on? Well, Finn Balor just driving Seth frickin' Rollins back into the corner there. And then a big right hand by Finn Balor. But Seth frickin' Rollins isn't about to allow Finn Balor to get the upper hand for too long. Again, locking up in the center of the ring. A bit of a power struggle at the moment. Seth Rollins with a standing switch. But Finn Balor now into a headlock down on the mat. The crowd well and truly behind Seth freaking Rollins here. As now Seth freaking Rollins is in some trouble because Finn Balor is cranking away at the neck. But Seth Rollins able to slide on out of that hold. And now here we go again. These two just trying to prove whoever's the most dominant here. Seth Rollins now gets the upper hand, cranking away at that shoulder. Trying to just twist the arm here. But Finn Balor gets a reversal and drops Seth Rollins down to the mat. Seth Rollins going to find a big reversal of his own. So Seth Rollins hasn't held that world title since the start of the 2K24 Universe Mode series. So he's definitely going to be thinking about maybe trying to grab that briefcase and successfully cash in at some point in 2K25's Universe Mode. Now Seth Rollins off the second rope into a big moonsault and he hooks the leg here. He thinks he's done enough. Is Finn Balor down and out? He's not quite. Finn Balor still in there, going to roll to the apron here. Just creating a little bit of space as Seth Rollins went in for a shoulder tackle, but Finn Balor was just able to move out of the way, and then a quick strike by Finn. And then a kick to the midsection as well. Finn Balor with some quick strikes here. Big drop kick to the side of the head as well. And Finn Balor is feeling it right now. Not to the delight of the fans. They want to see Seth freaking Rollins in that Money in the Bank ladder match. But Finn Balor definitely doesn't care about that. There's now both men on the outside. Seth Rollins creating some space, trying to recover, and he's just giving himself enough time. But now Finn Balor catching him here on the outside, dropping him on the back of his neck onto the concrete floor. And now Finn Balor sending Seth freaking Rollins into the steel steps. So it must be said that Finn Balor actually went undrafted in this Universe Mode series. So we did mention that a few weeks ago. Hold on a second. Pedigree connecting on the outside onto the concrete floor. Finn Balor's in deep trouble here. But we did mention the fact that he was undrafted a few weeks ago when we saw him teaming up with JD McDonough, trying to get into the tag team division, but it seemed like that failed for them. So now Finn Balor is switching his focus over to the Money in the Bank, it seems like. Yet to find out whether he has actually earned himself a contract here for Raw, but now he's in trouble. The curb stomp connecting. Hold on a second. Oh, what is happening here then? Is he here? What is happening? It's AJ Styles. Hold on a second. What's he... Wait, what is going on? Is Seth Rollins getting a reversal? But look at the vest that AJ Styles has on. And Bullet Club. What does that mean? But Seth Rollins, he could still get the victory here. Into the cover for the win. But no, a kick out. Found a slow count there by the referee once again. But AJ Styles trying to come to the aid of Finn Balor, it seems like. Whilst rocking the Bullet Club gear. We know that both men are previous members of the Bullet Club. Does that mean that's a potential for us in this Universe Mode series, perhaps? We'll have to wait and see. But now Finn Balor looking for a big drop kick. Couldn't quite connect. But he's able to roll on out of the way of that strike by Seth. And then into a sling blade by Finn Balor into the cover. Looking to progress to the Money in the Bank, but a big kick out found by Seth once again. And the Visionary is still in there, still fighting strong, but Finn Balor up to the top rope into a big body splash. Surprised he didn't go for the coup de grace. He could have maybe connected with it there as well. He may have put an end to this match, but Seth Rollins now just shoving Finn Balor away. A little bit of a disrespect to that move there. He's now into an abdominal stretch here as Finn Balor as he just taunts away at the crowd. And now Seth Rollins, what on earth is this? Into a bit of a head scissors. Big right hand on the top of the head. Finn Balor feeling a little bit stunned right now. Sent to the outside, and Seth Rollins, I think we know what's coming here. Seth Rollins is going to risk it all, but he fails, crashes and burns. Finn Balor saw what was coming and was able to just step on out of the way of it. But big clothesline connecting now by Seth. Well, back and forth we go between these two. Oh my word, Finn Balor's in deep trouble. Pedigree connecting again on the outside. And Seth Rollins could be closing in on a victory. And could be closing in on heading towards that Money in the Bank ladder match. He's heading up to the top rope. What is he thinking about here? Seth Rollins with a double axe handle to the spine of Finn Balor, and he hooks the leg once again. Is it going to be enough? Seth Rollins, no, big kick out found by Finn Balor. Well, Finn Balor still hanging in there. And now Seth Rollins about to bring Finn back to his feet here, and I think we know what's coming. Big clubbing blow to the lower neck. Or the upper neck, I should say. The upper spine, I guess. But, oh, Finn Balor finding a reversal. It looked like Seth may have been setting up that curb stomp once again. That could be a crucial moment in this match. Finn Balor could be setting up for that coup de grace, perhaps, as he heads up to the top rope. Seth Rollins in the drop zone. Coup de grace connecting to the midsection, and he hooks the leg. Is Finn Balor about to progress to the Money in the Bank? No. Seth freaking Rollins able to kick out once again. But Finn Balor now, a big elbow by Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth Rollins has another curb stomp in the chamber. Connecting once again. Finn Balor busted wide open. And Seth Rollins realizes he needs to drag Finn Balor away from the ropes here. But is that going to waste crucial time for Seth Rollins? Into the cover. No, big kick out found by Finn once again. Two former world champions really going at it right now. Finn Balor sent off the ropes here. And now Seth Rollins with a big drop kick connecting. And Seth Rollins now is egging on Finn Balor to get back to his feet. And now Seth going to head up to the top rope. Is he going to waste crucial time here? Seth Rollins did waste a little bit of time heading up to that top rope. And Finn Balor looking to capitalize right now. Sending Seth into the corner. And Seth Rollins could be in trouble once again. He's in the drop zone. Finn Balor up to the top rope once more. Coup de grace not connecting. Seth Rollins able to find a way out of that one and then into a Falcon Arrow. Well, who on earth is going to head to the Money in the Bank? Seth Rollins now again wants Finn Balor back on his feet. Does he maybe have another curb stomp ready? Doesn't, it seems. And now Finn Balor up on the ropes. Big clubbing blows to the spine by Seth Rollins. And now Seth Rollins could be looking for another curb stomp here. Is he going to connect with it? He is. Curb stomp connecting, and now Seth Rollins going to drag the carcass towards the center of the ring. Is it going to be enough though? Seth Rollins to progress. He's done it. Well, Seth freaking Rollins is going to head to the Money in the Bank ladder match. But we have to say, what on earth is going on with Finn Balor and AJ Styles? AJ Styles is another man who was undrafted, but it seems like he's trying to side himself alongside Finn Balor maybe. Maybe Finn Balor was in on it all along, but Seth freaking Rollins will be heading to the Money in the Bank to try and get that briefcase. And ladies and gentlemen, as we look to close out the show here on Monday Night Raw, we have the man who successfully put down the Ring General back at Backlash. So Gunther was trying to get a hold of that World Heavyweight Championship. That's a couple of occasions now where he's been unsuccessful at gaining that title. First off was back at SummerSlam where he lost to Carmelo Hayes, and then also back at Backlash when he lost to Bron Breakker now. But Bron Breakker is here with a message for the WWE Universe. We have to mention the fact that Kevin Owens didn't actually show up in Lyon, France. So I wonder if Bron Breakker has something to say to him. Let's see.
Backlash, yeah, I beat Gunther, but that's done. That's in the past. The real problem around here is Kevin Owens. Owens, you were too scared to show up in France. You had an opportunity to walk into that match and take this title, but you stayed home like a coward. If that win over me a couple weeks ago wasn't a fluke, if you really think you're better than me, then get your ass down here and prove it. Right now. I'll put the title on the line again tonight. Come fight the dog.
Bron, calm down, big man. I'm not in your little doghouse tonight. Let's clear something up for all these people. I never said I was going to use my title shot at Backlash. Not once. You think I'd waste it in a triple threat match? Where I don't even have to be pinned to lose? Nah, I'm not stupid. Funny though, you weren't so smart last year either, huh? 2K24, Hell in a Cell. You cashed in your King of the Ring title shot in a triple threat match. And you weren't even the guy who got pinned. You threw away your shot like an idiot, and it took you 7 months to fix it. Had to win the Royal Rumble just to get back where you should have been in the first place. See, Bron, you're just another dumbass Steiner with the same dumbass math skills. But me, I'm not making that mistake. I'll take that title from you, Bron, but it'll be on my terms. At Money in the Bank, in my country, in front of my people, I will beat you and become the real world champion again.